Hello and welcome to Old Lady Plays. I'm Kate, the Old Lady, and this is Tips for the Advanced Football Manager, episode 25. And today, what I'd like to look at, as you can see from here, or you may not be able to interpret, I don't know, doesn't really matter. This is about form versus class. Now, you may have heard the aphorism, form is temporary, class is permanent, and that's basically the focus of what I'd like to say today. If you're looking at this, you might think, now, taking in mind what I said about star ratings and how they're not really necessarily accurate enough to do exactly what I'm about to do. But for point of example, you might think that, say, this guy at the bottom here, this guy at the top here is better suited for your day than the guy in the middle because he's had a great little run of form. But I'd like you to remember that form is temporary, class is permanent. So you might want to consider picking this guy to try and get him back in shape. One of the ways you can do this is by right-clicking on the player's name and going down to Speak to Player, I think it is. I'm not going to go check, but yes, I think it's Speak to Player. And it'll pop out another menu and go on down, and you can either praise or criticize the player as you desire. If you criticize them, have something to criticize them specifically about, and be sure you're right that they did poorly. If you criticize them and they did all right or they did well, they're going to react badly, or at least some of them will. But there are ways to sort of try and spark someone's form back to where their class puts them. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that you want to trust your players, that your good players will come good, that if there's something wrong, then there's something wrong with what's going on, or there's something wrong with their confidence. If you think it's something wrong with what's going on, fix your tactic. Change their role, whatever. Provide them more support. Change things. Your best players should be your best players, and if they're not, fix things so they are. You want... Sorry, I lost my train of thought there for a second. I'm going to have to edit this. I never have to edit these. That's terrible. Anyway, that's basically the gist of it. It's really a short one, I guess, today, because I don't really have a whole lot more to say. But remember, before you get angry at a player and ditch him because he's started off the season really poorly and you know that he's supposed to have quality, instead of abandoning him, maybe try and reach down and pick him up, see if you can get him going again. In the last extreme, if you find the player's really in the doldrums, ask them to recommend a signing. Who knows, maybe bringing in a friend of theirs would make them happy and they'll play like a dream. Who knows? It's worth a shot, depending on how much the friend would cost, obviously. But there are lots and lots of ways to keep your players happy. And keeping them happy, and this is my thesis, keeping them happy will keep your team performing better. All right? That's what this is all about. It comes down to keeping your team happy is keeping them effective. And that makes a big difference. So remember, form is temporary, class is permanent. Okay? I hope you found this useful. I know it's not quite the same as my other tips, but I think it's an important concept to get your head around and try and remember when you're angry at somebody because they didn't perform well in the last game or the last 3 or 4 games or whatever. Consider the fact that class is permanent and you don't want to throw away a perfectly good player because you got angry. So, form is temporary, class is permanent. I hope you have a great day and take care.